it's Madeline again, one of your TWU influencers. So this video will be a what's in my bag video, and I thought I would show y'all the things I carry in my bag every day to class. Because I remember when I was first starting school here, it was like the night before my first day of classes, and I had this big black Veer belly backpack and I filled it up with all this stuff, practically everything that I own. And when I showed up to my first week of classes, I didn't need half of the stuff in there really, and there was things that I did need that I didn't even think to bring at all. So I thought it would be a good idea to show y'all what I typically bring so you don't make the same mistake as me and fill up your big Veer belly backpacks with things you need or things you don't need. So with that being said, let's get with the video. So I thought I would show y'all what bag I carry around first so you can like kind of get an idea. So I actually don't have a backpack. I carry around a tote bag, kind of like this. I got this for like $2 at Michael's and I paid it myself. And I know she doesn't look like much for $2, but let me tell y'all, she is sturdy. I take her to class every day. I haven't changed my bag once. I take her to the airport. I take her on vacation. Wherever I go, this tote bag goes with me. And she's been my lifelong friend this semester. So with that kind of being said, with like the tote bag, I honestly would recommend getting a tote bag rather than a backpack. I feel like just for me personally, having a tote bag is so much easier than, you know, like having a backpack and lugging all my stuff around my back. Like even my back is starting to feel better because in high school and middle school, we never had lockers. So I had to carry a backpack around everywhere. But having the tote bag is so much easier. I can just throw it over my shoulder, call it a day. It's easier to set down and it's just so much lighter than like a regular backpack. So I don't like, if you're thinking about like a tote bag or a backpack, I'd honestly get a backpack. I'd 100% recommend that. Or if you still want a backpack and that's totally your style, peace be with you, that's amazing, but I love the tote bag. Some of the first items I will be pulling out are probably some of my most important ones. Like without these, I feel incomplete for my classes. So first is my map book. I got all these stickers from Redbubble and Etsy. They're like maroon and TWU themed. And I take all my notes on my MacBook. Everything I do is on here. I use Google Docs. I type them all up during lectures. And I would say you really, if you don't have a MacBook or even like an iPad or any kind of technology, that's totally okay. Your professors aren't really expecting you to come to class with like, you know, MacBooks and iPads and any kind of laptop or things like that. But if you did want one like just for the day, what's nice about TWU is the student union and the library lets you rent them out for free if you're a TWU student. So that's pretty cool as well if you did want one, you didn't want to go out and buy one, and if you like needed it for the day as well. So with that being said, I can't find it. I have the charger for the MacBook. So my MacBook dies really easily, so I have to now bring my charger everywhere. But I wish I would have started doing this sooner because it's so much nicer to like have the charger with me rather than like walking back to my dorm from the library and then having to go back because my MacBook died. So if you have even like a phone charger, like I bring my phone charger too with me sometimes, just not today, it's not in my bag today. But I would honestly 100% recommend bringing your charger with you if you need to charge it, because sometimes they're longer classes and you may need it and you don't want it to die on you and you're unprepared for your class. So I would say if you do have electronic devices, you got to bring the charger. That's got to be a must for your bag. So the next thing coming out of my tote bag is actually something I started doing this semester. I didn't do it last semester, but I wish I would have sooner. I have printed out lectures. So these are the presentations that my professors would do in our lecture class. Specifically, this is for my psychology of adjustment, and what I like doing specifically with these, I like actually using these as my notes rather than like a notebook. So I'll highlight like key terms and write on the presentation. So I do this because I can't, for one thing, I'm a terrible typer, so I can't like type and like look like without looking at the keyboard because like I've never taken a typing class. So like I said, I do all my notes on my computer usually, so it's super hard for me to type and then look down and have to like look back up, and I miss so many key things. Like I'd walk out of class and be like, oh my god, I completely missed that. So when I have the presentations now, it's so much easier. I can just like write little notes, so like that things that weren't in the presentation that the professor mentioned, highlight the stuff on there, and I can totally keep up with the lecture. And I also retain things better because I'm actually like being able to listen to it rather than like trying to type down a million things at once and retain it all as well. So I would highly recommend having those in your bag next year, and it has 100% helped me as well. So the next thing coming out of my bag is these note cards. So I know I said I type things on Google Docs, but sometimes I feel like it really does help me to actually like write stuff out. So these were actually from a speech I just gave for my speech class last week. I don't know why they're still in my bag. I haven't cleaned it out, but bear with me. But I usually have a couple set of flashcards on me, usually like if I'm going to the library and I'm like, oh my god, I should totally jot this down for like a study guide or something. Then I'll just have the flashcards already on me and I don't have to wait to go back to the dorm, or I can just do it right then and there. And honestly, it's really helped me. I would suggest getting flashcards as well, or if you don't have them, use Quizlet. That's what I use sometimes too. It's like virtual flashcards if you haven't used it before. And what's great is the bookstore sells these super cheap, so they're right here on campus as well. So these should be a staple for your bag for next year. 100% recommend as well. So I feel like these next things aren't really like staples, like you don't need them, but I always have some in my bag. So I have like chapstick, lip gloss, hair ties, and a bobby pin. So I used to be the friend that would ask everyone for hair ties and like, oh, I need something to put my hair up, I need something because it's windy, I need a bobby pin. So I was like, no, I'm gonna bring my own stuff. And I started doing that. Now I never leave my dorm without some kind of hair tie or scrunchie or a bobby pin because I have some bangs, so I can just like pin it back, because it's been windy here lately. Like walking to class, it'd be so windy, I'd get there and my parts like all zigzag, and I'm like, so now I can just like easily put my hair back. Also, if your lips get chapped, I would suggest bringing chapstick with you. I use it all the time. This is like Carmex Wintergreen, pretty great, in love. And this is my new favorite tube of lip gloss. You absolutely don't need these items, but I just like having them on me, and it's nice for my lips too. It's called Black Honey Clinique. 100% recommend. So you totally don't need these items, but they're also super nice to have, especially for our people with long hair who need something to hold their hair back. I would suggest having some kind of hair tie. So these next things you're probably like, that's common sense to bring, but just in case, I would suggest having pens and pencils. These are in my bag, and highlighters. This is a highlight. I thought it was a pen, but I know I said I type a lot of my notes, but I do use these when I do print out the lectures as well. And a lot of times, even though like you do type things down, it's like a lecture class, your teacher will be like, okay, pull out like pen, sheets of paper, jot stuff down, turn it in later, and things like that. And I personally don't like being the kid who's like, oh, can I borrow a pencil? That's not my favorite thing. I like being prepared. So even if it is like a lecture class and you think it's like, oh, all I need is just like my technology, no. At some point, you're gonna need a pen or a pencil or a highlighter or something. So it's better to have it now and just sitting in your bag for the one time at the end of the semester when you need it. Then when you actually need it, you can have it rather than having to ask someone for it as well. So I would highly suggest having these, and these are also a staple in my tote bag. So this next one might be kind of weird. I really thought it was weird, so it's okay if you think it's weird, but I have flash drives in my bag. I never thought I would need flash drives, but apparently a lot of professors are like, they want flash drives like to turn in stuff and like for presentations and things like that. So I have 2 flash drives in my bag. Why I have 2, I'll never let you know. I don't know myself, so you may never know. But I guess it doesn't hurt to have extras, and 2 is always perfect. They sell flash drives right at the bookstore for like $5. That's where I got mine if you need them. And yeah, I guess I didn't know that professors ask for things on flash drives. So like I've been saying, it's better to be prepared. So I would probably go get yourself a flash drive before school starts, or when school starts as well. But be prepared that you might need a flash drive. So the next thing in my tote bag is actually the smallest thing in my tote bag, which is my AirPods. So my AirPods are definitely a staple. If I leave my AirPods in my dorm, I feel like my day is ruined, honestly, because my favorite part of my day is walking to class because it's so pretty here. and it's so nice outside, and I love putting my AirPods in, listening to my favorite songs. I would say a good one is All Too Well by Taylor Swift. That's the best song to listen to walking around campus when it's like nice outside and the fountain's on. It's so nice, but if I don't have my AirPods, I feel like my day's ruined. But besides that, I would honestly suggest getting some kind of earphones or headphones or AirPods. It doesn't have to be AirPods because they're expensive, but I would honestly suggest that because a lot of times teachers upload videos online you have to watch for like assignments and things like that. So if you want to do that on the go and you don't want everyone in the student union to hear your math homework or your math lecture, then you can have these handy dandy headphones, earphones, or AirPods, and you can get the job done as well. So I would 100% recommend having these in your bag as well. So I know I said like my laptop and my AirPods were my most important thing, but now looking through my bag, this is my most important thing. So my ID. So I know you can like wear it as a lanyard like that, but I prefer to keep it in my bag because the red clashes with my outfit sometimes. Even though I'm always wearing TWU shirts, that's my staple. Sometimes it clashes and not the best look, but or if you like get a black lanyard, that's fine, but mine's maroon because I got it for free at the housing and dining fair or something. So I always keep it in my bag. But here's me. They made us take pictures on move-in day, which was not the best because my mom wouldn't get us a move-in service. Because funnily enough, TWU offers move-in services, which is really nice. So you just like have people move the stuff up to your room. But my mom was like, no, it's gonna take too long. So she made us take all of our stuff up like all these flights of stairs, and then my roommate's stuff got there the same time. It got there before our stuff was even done, and she used a move-in service. So, and then after that, they made us take ID photos, and that's why I look super sweaty. My hair's in braids, and it's up. And I remember I wanted to look so good for my ID photo. I had an outfit planned, and they're like, nope, you're doing it now. And I was like, but yeah, everyone gets an ID, whether you're on campus or you're a commuter or you live on campus, you're gonna have an ID, and it's super important. Because a lot of times they ask you, like, what's the last 9 digits of your ID for like different events and things. And let me tell you, you're most likely not gonna know. Like, I don't know anyone who has their ID memorized. So having this in your bag is a must, unless you have it memorized, which kudos to you, but sadly could not be me. So this last thing I'm gonna show y'all is, it doesn't fit in my bag actually, it's pretty big, but I still take it to all my classes. It's my water bottle. I know it's super cute. It says TWU on it, or Texas Women's, but I know it says TWU, but this is not from the bookstore if you're gonna go look for it if you think it's that cute. But it's actually from Etsy. But there are water bottles like this at the bookstore, just as cute as this, if not cuter, if you want one for yourself. So I would highly suggest having a water bottle. Like, you're gonna think like, oh, I'm not gonna be thirsty, but you are. In the beginning of the year, it is so hot in August, walking around the Texas heat, you're not gonna think you're gonna be thirsty. Yes, you are. You're gonna be so thirsty, and you're gonna be like rushing in between classes like, I can't even get anything to drink, and you're like, I wish I had a water bottle. Be proactive. Don't listen to yourself. You're gonna need the water bottle. Have the water bottle. I was one of those people, and I was the one stuck in August sweating and thirsty as can be in my 3-hour math class, and I didn't have anything to drink as well. There are water fountains here, but it's so much better if you just have your own water bottle of your own. And also you can get super cute TWU ones, show off your pride. Maroon Mondays are a thing. Show off your maroon pride and your TWU pride, and you can do it through your water bottle. So 100% recommend having this. So that is it with this YouTube video. I really hope I gave y'all some good advice and I helped y'all in the future when it's the night before classes and y'all are packing your stuff. I hope you remember the things I told you and you put down that big backpack and everything else you don't need. Because honestly, you really don't need that much. Like, really, I thought I packed up all my stuff, but that is what I take to class with me every day. I never take that stuff out, and I never really put anything more in. That's really it. So you don't really need that much. Don't stress about it. You probably, even for the first day of class, if you just have like pens, paper, and pencils, you are most likely probably 99% good, unless you have like a super weird professor about it. But like I said, I really hope I helped y'all, and I hope you think of me when you're packing for the first night before classes, or when it's August and you don't think you need that water bottle and you're like, Madeline told me I need a water bottle, and you bring the water bottle. So thank you all so much. I hope you all like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next YouTube video. Bye!